here on the HER Realtors Dan and Donna Daily pregame show now. HER Realtors Dan and Donna Daily are the official realtors of OCU Athletics. You can visit Dan and Donna and HER Realtors at 1274 North Court Street in Circleville, or call 740-477-5509. It is OCU and Johnson. OCU won both of the meetings a season ago. They won by 33 on the 25th of January at Johnson, and then a little bit closer in February here on the OCU campus when OCU won 74-60. Johnson led by third-year head coach Kevin Hall, 28 years old, and they're struggling a little bit this year, 2-14 overall. They have played a more competitive schedule this year, playing more NAIAs and NCAA Division IIs. They've played 3 NCAA Division IIs. They have not won any of those meetings. They have also played 1 NCAA Division I, and so you take their 2-14 record with a grain of salt, but if you could summarize where they're at, the biggest reason that they've won 2 out of their first 16 games, it's the absence of Ricky Bowen, first-team Mideast Region performer from a year ago, 12.5 points, 5 rebounds, was battling through a wrist injury, was hoping to try to play through it this year, and just could not do it. They officially shut him down with wrist surgery on the 27th of December. They hope he'll make a full recovery and be back in 2014-15. And as you look at this roster, it's real simple. They have not filled that void. It's not an OCU where Trey Vaughn is gone and Danny Schrock and others have filled in, or Matty Joseph is gone, Sarah Bechtel fills in. They have a big gap with the absence of Ricky Bowen. The only other guy averaging double digits besides Louis Allen, the former OCU Trailblazer, is Jordan McClendon, averaging 12 points and 5 rebounds. They're not getting enough effort on the backboards. They're real big underneath. They're 6'4", 6'5". But when your leading rebounder is averaging 4.7 a game, it's a problem, and it could be a big problem today against the OCU athleticism. The Trailblazers come in 10-9. They have won 28 in a row against teams at this level, dating back to the national semifinals in 2012. They're coming off a convincing 19-point win over KCU on Tuesday night. KCU losing by 19 despite shooting 57% from the field. Wesley Russell had 16 points, 7 rebounds, and 6 assists. The Trailblazers dominated the backboards 37-27. A little bit late on time here on the HER Realtors pregame show, and what I'm going to do, kind of unique here, we're going to go right in to our interview with Tony Stockman as I talked to Coach earlier today, I should say, to get us ready for tonight's contest. Here's a couple minutes from the second-year head coach and former Buckeye great talking about OCU's Tony Stockman. Here's the coach. Back here on the HER Realtors Dan and Donna Daily pregame show, Rick Cooper and the OCU Sports Network as we get you set for a Mideast Region battle tonight, the second of 2 between the Royals from Johnson University and your OCU Trailblazers. And head coach Tony Stockman joins us as he does pregame all season long. And Coach, right now 10-9 overall, including 5 in a row, including that 92-73 win on Tuesday night over KCU, your last outing. A closer game than the score indicates. As you've watched the tape, what allowed you guys to pull away down the stretch in that one?
I think definitely just wore them down. I know they got tired a little bit, and we stayed on them and stayed with our pressure defense, made them work on offense. And we just kept going at them, trying to get into the lane on offense. I think we wore them down, and you can see the fatigue at the end.
One of those guys that wore him down, I'm talking about your bench, Chris Little. I think he came in averaging 1.7. He exploded for 15. Him in particular, what allowed Chris Little to be so successsul?
Well, Chris has always been a great penetrator, and for some reason he's trying to fall in love with trying to be a shooter, just to prove everybody he can shoot. So I've been pushing him to get back to what he does best and get into the lane, and he's a strong finisher, and he usually gets and ones, and he did a great job of that against KCU.
Is he a guy with what he's bringing you? I know the game before against Kuiper, he and Kenny Cooper came in and really got some stops, got some rebounds. Is he a guy that could earn even more minutes as this season goes on?
Yeah, I mean, if he continues to do what he does well and, just limit the mistakes, I think that's been a big thing with him too. But he's strong. He's a great defender. Like I say, he's a great penetrator. And if he can just, like I say, hold off from shooting threes so much, I think he'll get more minutes.
First meeting with KCU this year. Our first look at Caleb Ford, who went for 27 and 6. Your thoughts on the KCU freshman in his first meeting with OCU?
Pretty good. I mean, very aggressive, scores in multiple different ways, and that showed that night. I thought we did a good job of making him shoot tough shots, but, I mean, as the point that you see, he's good at making tough shots.
Mm-hmm. Johnson, the opponent tonight, obviously injuries to Ricky Bowen and some others have not helped Kevin Hall's situation. They're 2-14 right now. I'm sure it's another one of those nights where you deserve double what you're being paid. How do you keep these guys focused as a head coach on the task at hand against 2-14 Johnson?
Yeah, just focusing on what we do. We try to do that no matter who we're playing, if their record is good or bad. It's all about us getting better for the end of the season. Making sure that we're doing the things that we can do well. Continue to get better on our defense and limit those mistakes, even against lesser opponents, which is harder to do. You always want to get in the lanes and shoot the gaps and stuff. And then on the offense, get what we want. You know, even if they're giving us something else, we want to get something in our play. We need to get it and be good about executing that.
Talking with OCU head coach Tony Stockman. And, Coach, you know, it's interesting. I mean, first semester, almost the entire semester, you guys are underdogs playing up against NCAA threes and NAIAs. And, you know, looking at your schedule from this point on, you're basically going to be a heavy favorite the rest of the way. How much of a concern is that you're kind of now the hunted and not the hunter? And how hard do you think it'll be to keep this team hungry and focused down the stretch?
Yeah, it's been very hard so far. I mean, just being a defending champs, you can tell the guys start to feel like that a little bit and act like that sometimes. So really trying to get them to focus in and continue to get better and understand that it's a new year. And like I say, we're going to get everybody's best game, which I like. Which hopefully that, you know, like I say, you see a 2-14 team, hopefully they're going to come in and give us a great game and compete. And our thing is we need to outwork everybody. So if we're the favorite and we have better individual players, and we outwork them, we're going to have to give ourselves a good chance to win the game.
One guy, that familiar face tonight that OCU fans will see is former Trailblazer Louis Allen, averaging 22.5 this year, which is up from 15 a year ago. What's he doing this year that's allowed him to elevate his scoring?
I think he just got there and he's comfortable now. You know, they got to know him, he got to know them. He's always been a great shooter. That's why we brought him in to OCU. Great kid, and obviously going to try to limit that tonight, though.
Tony, I'm curious your thoughts on the NCCAA 2 this year. I know you haven't seen all the elite. Valley Forge will be here a little bit later in the year. Grace Bible, number 3. We haven't seen them, and it doesn't look like we'll see them until Nationals. But you've seen Kuiper. You've seen Northland, the 2 seed from a year ago. You've seen KCU. Who's impressed you the most so far this season?
I thought Kuiper looked really well. They scored. They don't defend great, and I think that's the thing that hurts them a little bit. But they put the ball in the basket, and for them to average that many points, and it's not like they play super fast and, you know, just launch up threes. I mean, they're playing good offense, and they're getting great shots. And, I mean, they really score the ball. You got to score a lot of points to keep up with them.
Tony, last time, I know you're still looking for growth. I know this is the time of the year where you're fine-tuning things and getting ready for postseason play. What are some of the areas just in practice, on a typical Tony Stockman practice this week, that were areas of emphasis that you're keeping an eye on, that you really feel like, hey, these things have got to get better if we're going to make another deep tournament run?
Yeah, I think our defense was a lot better last year, so we've been working on that a lot. And it's just doing what we do, our rules, and not making mistakes. And our guys get, you know, lose focus sometimes, especially if the score gets out of control, trying to get them not to play the score, and really focusing on getting stops and not gambling. And we don't want to make mistakes on defense. We want the offense to make mistakes and be in position to rebound. And sometimes we use our athletic ability sometimes too much to catch up, and we want to be in the right position to start. So just all those little details that we do in our defense, we want them to really focus in. We want to not have many mistakes on defense, and I give them a little bit more freedom on offense, but we can't have the mistakes on defense.
Coach, always appreciate your thoughts. Best of luck tonight, and look forward to your thoughts after the game as well.
Thanks.
That is Tony Stockman, the OCU head coach, second-year head coach here on the OCU Sports Network. And we do welcome you back to the HER Realtors Dan and Donna Daily pregame show. Appreciate Coach Stockman talking with us all season long and talking with us pregame tonight. OCU and Johnson, Trailblazers' 4th Mideast Region game of the year. Let's meet tonight's starting lineups here on the HER Realtors Dan and Donna Daily pregame show. Sean Finneran is the Johnson point guard. He'll wear number 2, 5'9" freshman from Raleigh, North Carolina, averaging 8.9 points, number 3 on the team, along with 1.8 1.8 assists. The two guard is Louis Allen, 6'2 senior from Southampton, England. Team high, 22.5 points, up from 15 a season ago. The small forward tonight is Scotty Graham, the 6'5 freshman from Kingsport, Tennessee, averaging 3.9 points and 1.8 rebounds. Gunnar St. John will play the 6'4 freshman from La Follette, Indiana, Tennessee. I knew I was going to mangle that one. 3.6 points and 1.6 rebounds. And the man in the middle is Jordan McClendon, their second leading scorer at 12 points a game. Also grabs a team best 4.7 rebounds. He is the only other player besides Louis Allen in double figures. The head coach at Johnson in his third year is Kevin Hall, 28 years old, a graduate of the United States Sports Academy. He'll get a master's degree from that same institution in August of 2004. Wife Jamie of 6 years and 3 kids. Daughter Bianca 4, Micah 3, Chauncey 1, a 4th child on the way as well. He's assisted tonight by James Nakamura and Dr. Trevor Egley. For OCU, the point guard tonight is Evan Bartlett, 5'9 sophomore from Huber Heights, 8.5 points, 2.7 rebounds. For the sophomore from Huber Heights Wayne High School, the two guard is Danny Schrock, 5'10 sophomore from Sugar Creek, 6.6 points, 41% on threes, which is a team high. Wesley Russell at the 3, team high in points, rebounds, assists, and steals, 16.1 points, 8.6 rebounds, 5.9 assists, and 2.7 steals. The power forward tonight is Evan Mills from Pickerington North High School, 6'5 junior, will wear number 11, 7.7 points, number 5 on the team, and 4.7 rebounds, 3rd on the team. The man in the middle will be Christian Sunday Matthias, 1.1 rebound for the 6'5 freshman from Nigeria. Tony Stockman, second-year head coach, 37 wins, 17 losses. He wins at a 69% percentage. He's assisted tonight by Ty Manuel and Jamie Batten. Of course, Stockman has wife Brittany and 3 sons, Tayden Maddox and Brayson, and 1 daughter, Maytay, born September 22nd of last year. Let's take a look at tonight's Christian Healthcare Ministries injury report, shall we, gentlemen? It's brought to you exclusively by Christian Healthcare Ministries, an eligible option for individuals under the U.S. Affordable Care Act, commonly known as Obamacare. You can learn more by visiting chministries.org. Click the eligible option link. That website is chministries.org. Jimmy Horton out for the year with a torn ACL. Stanley Okoye out for the year with a torn ACL. Lawrence Parsons battling the shin splints, a stress fracture in his shin. No timetable on his return. Ricky Bowen on the Johnson side is out for the year with wrist surgery. Tyler Chapman, a torn ACL, is out for the year as well. And Sean Rankin, number 24, on the bench tonight, will play but has a broken wrist and is wearing a cast on his left hand. We'll see how effective he can be in one of his first games back for Kevin Hall. So that is your Christian Healthcare Ministries injury report. Biblical, trustworthy, and affordable. Join today, Christian Healthcare Ministries, and save it possibly up to 60% off the cost of regular health insurance. Visit chministries.org. And the opening tip is controlled by Johnson in blue. Your referee is Courtney Green. Randy Creamer and Anthony Slappy are your umpires. Top of the key 3 is right there for number 10, Gunnar St. John. They call him Big Country down in Knoxville. 3-0. Russell off a screen into the lane, setting up Bartlett, who fires a 3, and he answers. So triples on both ends of the floor as we get underway, and we're tied at 3. Off a screen, it's Finneran, the freshman point guard. Finneran, their third leading scorer as well at 9 a game. Gunnar St. John to the right wing, and Finneran off a screen from McClendon. McClendon underneath, little jump hook is up and in. They got some size underneath, as we said, 6'4", 6'5", 6'4". I don't know why they're not rebounding more. 5'3", OCU trailing by 2. Schrock to the left wing, and Russell. Russell guarded by Finneran. Their best on-the-ball defender actually comes off the bench as Bartlett hits again. 2 straight threes for the hot shooting Evan Bartlett. He has been fantastic this past week. Kevin Ransom, their best on-the-ball defender, 6-foot freshman out of Knoxville, will get a shot at Russell a little bit later on. Finneran, the southpaw, shows 3 right side and then throws it away as Bartlett played pass nicely and deflected it and took it away. Russell to Bartlett, left side, firing another three. This one no good. Matthias got an offensive rebound and he was fouled. And the ball will be put underneath the OCU basket. The foul is going to be charged to 22, Scotty Graham. Good no call there by the referee, Courtney Green. As Matthias jumped up, he went over the back of the defender, but he never made contact. And that's a call that a lot of times gets made inadvertently, unfairly, and good no call there by the referee, Courtney Green. Right side, Bartlett off a screen, firing a three again. And this time, Christian Matthias does make contact, so they let it go before, which was the right call, and this is the right call as well, as this time Matthias not only went over the top, but he made contact, and it's a loose ball foul that'll give it back to the Royals, formerly the Preachers up until 2 years ago. Last season they didn't have a nickname, so the athletes came up with the name Jags and Lady Jags. They said, we got to have a nickname. At least for a year they used that, and then Royals, now the official name of the Preachers. Nice step through by number 10, Gunnar St. John. It was a late addition into the lineup. It was either going to be he or Thomas Davis at the 4, and Davis was a late scratch. Gunnar St. John a little bit bigger at 6'4" as opposed to 6'2", and a little bit stronger. Wesley Russell in the books with his first two. OCU with an 8-7 advantage. 17-17 to play here in the opening half. Gunnar St. John doing a lot of dribbling at 6'4". Hands it off now to the point guard, Sean Finneran. Finneran setting things up with 18 on the clock, working against Bartlett. Not a lot of movement right now. A lot of standing around. Left side, first touch of the game for Scotty Graham. Here's Louis Allen, the former Trailblazer, back to St. John. Shows three, one dribble, fired, and Evan Mills blocked it, and it ends up hitting that baseline off of Mills. It'll stay with Johnson. Here comes Kenny Cooper. Mills will sit down with 16:52 to play in the half, and it's 8-7, and Tony Stockman having a long talk again with Evan Mills. If there's a doghouse on this OCU team, Evan Mills has been in it the last week or so, and they're going to call a shot clock violation against Johnson. But Mills has not played defense and rebounding the way that Tony Stockman would like, and he has spent a lot of time next to Tony in the OCU bench the last week or 10 days. 8-7. Russell off a screen, wide open, 15-footer, no good. Ball caroms over Cooper into the hands of St. John. Finneran, top of the key, St. John. Caught it with his wrong foot. Should have caught left-right, left down first and right second. Right, gentlemen, running the cameras, Ricky and Jeremiah. Caught it with his right foot down first and couldn't make any moves. St. John lost it, had to save it, and it ends up in the hands of Bartlett. Those of you that don't play basketball have no idea what I'm talking about. Bartlett, a quick catch and fire. Rim, backboard rim, no, but Finneran fouled him. And he fouled a three-point shooter. Bartlett is going to get 3 shots. Foul on Finneran. He is his first, team second. Nick Baker quickly to the table. He'll check in after the second free throw from Evan Bartlett. The second of 3 for the sophomore from Huber Heights, who already has 7 on 2 threes, and that free throw there. Trailblazers lead 9-7. It is Friday Night Hoops, presented exclusively by Zwoyer & Associates Insurance Agency and the Westfield Insurance Group. Bartlett hits another, and now Nick Baker allowed to come in. Danny Schrock will sit down at the 16:02 mark, and OCU with a 10-7 advantage. One more for Bartlett, and why not? He hits again. So Bartlett with 9 of OCU's 11. He's beaten Johnson 9-7 all by himself. Under 16 minutes to play, there's a deflection, and Kenny Cooper just outworked St. John. Bartlett to the other end for 2 more. Boy, Kenny Cooper has had quite a week, has not done much lately, but had not done much this season in terms of minutes and scoring. And boy, has he started to step in, and the defense is up, the rebounding is up. He has been fantastic. Left side, 3 on the way by Graham. On the rim, no good. Russell had a hand on it. So did St. John. West ends up with it. Russell looking to run. Matthias took it strong. Russell caught it in midair. No. Russell again can't finish up close. Rebound Johnson. 13-7. Louis Allen, top of the key, St. John. Right elbow. Picked up his dribble again. His footwork is off. Finneran into the lane. Little runner on the rim, no good. Finneran again, this time blocked by Matthias. Ends up in the hands of 21 McClendon, and his putback was no good, but he was fouled and will shoot 2. I'm going to charge that foul to Nick Baker. It's his first, team second. Ernie McCoy and Joe Collier await this first free throw from McClendon. They will check in after it. First one is up, rim, backboard, rim, and in. First free throw of the game for Johnson, and third point of the game for the freshman from Knoxville, Tennessee. Bartlett sits down, Matthias sits down. St. John sits down for Johnson. Is in is Trevor King, the 5'10 freshman from Vonore, Tennessee. Second one is no good, and what a lane violation on whom? We're going to shoot one more. It's on Russell, actually, so one more for McClendon. McClendon out of Bearden High School in Knoxville set the record for field goal percentage while he was at Bearden High School, and the second one is good. So Bearden gets McClendon, I beg your pardon, gets a second try on the lane violation by Russell, and he takes advantage. 13-9, 4-point game, 14:43 to play in the half. McCoy, left wing Russell off a screen from Collier, and McClendon with a nice idea to pop out, but bangs shoulders with Russell, which is a no-no. Fouling McClendon, his first, team third. Got the right idea, though, to get out there and pop out and try to slow Russell down coming off that screen. 13-9, Trailblazers by 4. 14:35 to play in the half. On the right wing, it's Russell underneath to Cooper. Cooper double teamed, had it slap loose, setting up McCoy for 3, put it in. And that's scouting right there. They double down on Kenny Cooper, and they leave the sharpshooter McCoy open top of the key. Really not much reason to double down there against Coop, and top of the key McCoy, you can't leave him. McClendon into the lane, little 6-foot jump hook, no. Russell up high for the rebound. West looking to run. Nice pass underneath to Cooper. Put it up. McClendon blocked this one. Collier with it. Little jump hook on the rim. No good. McClendon up high for the board. Dangerous outlet that just did get to Finneran. Finneran finding Allen. Firing a 3. He put it in. First points for Louis Allen, the former Trailblazer. Second season with Johnson. Joined the team second semester last year. Didn't get any region awards as a result when he averaged 15 points and 4 boards. Lob underneath to Collier. Collier working against McClendon. Tough shot by Joe that came up a little bit short. Rebound Scotty Graham. 16-12. Johnson with an opportunity here to cut it to 2 or maybe 1. Finneran, left side to 25, Trevor King. Right side now. Again, it's Scotty Graham from Kingsport, Tennessee. And he tries to get it underneath. It's deflected and taken away by the Trailblazers. Russell to McCoy, firing a 3. He hit again. Ernie McCoy with 2 threes off the bench, 6 points. And it's 19-12, OCU by 7. Couple Royals at the table. They'll check in at the next dead ball. Finneran nearly lost it to McCoy. Louis Allen, free throw line extended, guarded by Russell. Right side 3, up by King, and it's too strong. Rebound OCU. McCoy to Russell, nice pass underneath the Cooper. Nice interior pass from Cooper to Collier, but he could not finish. Beautiful block-to-block pass from Cooper to Collier, and he misses a chip shot underneath. 19-12. Trailblazers by 7. This is the freshman, Graham. Forces a bad shot, and he gets bailed out. The ultimate bailout plan as Kenny Cooper saves the day if you're 22 Graham, and forces commits a foul, and will take Graham to the line for 2. Graham was in big trouble, and Kenny Cooper helped him out a bit. First foul on him, third on the team, and the first free throw is no good. Mass substitutions. Here comes Chris Carius for Collier. Kenny Cooper will sit down as number 20, J.J. Smith is in. McClendon will sit down. First appearance for number 15, Kevin Ransom. As we said, the best on-the-ball defender. We'll see if he gets a shot at Russell. Graham signaled that he needed a breather after he was fouled. Missed the first, made the second, and he'll sit down. As in for him is number 4, Thomas Davis, the 6'2 freshman from Knoxville. 6'2 sophomore, I beg your pardon, thank you. Like I recognize that guy, he's a second-year player. Get your stat sheet right, Rick Cooper. J.J. Smith underneath to Carius, who could not finish. Good pass. Look like those two guys have played together, and they have. High school teammates, J.J. Smith and Chris Carius at Westland High School, and I think they just called an officials timeout. They did just call an officials timeout. That's the first officials timeout I've ever seen in this building. Louis Allen got his first foul there, I believe, and it's the 4th on the team. 11:47 to play, and I believe, JT, if we can get a camera out on this court, the reason they called an official timeout is this right here. It's the Pizza and Points night from Pizza Cottage, the loudest fan contest, and with all these youth group kids here, what they want to do is get them as rowdy and rambunctious as possible. So they're going to head to the upper level where most of those students are and distribute some piping hot Pizza Cottage pizza. It's a great time to talk about Pizza Cottage. Can I do that, gentlemen? They've returned to Circleville, the same great taste since 1972. Pizza Cottage. You can order it right now by calling 740-474-3620. Pizza Cottage is the official pizza of OCU Athletics. Also want to take a moment and tell you a little bit about Rack's Roast Beef. Tonight's game is brought to you by Rack's, located just south of Circleville on US 23. Be sure to stop and try a delicious regular Rack's, stacked high with thinly sliced tender roast beef. I'd rather Rack's, wouldn't you? Our next broadcast, by the way, is an audio-only broadcast about 2.5 weeks from now. Tuesday, February the 4th, we will head down to Grayson and be an audio-only broadcast. Should be good, 6 p.m. and 8 p.m., 5:40 with the HER Realtors Dan and Donna Daly pregame show. Carius to the line after that foul from Louis Allen, and the first one is up and in. So Chris Carius in the books with his first point. Trailblazers remain perfect at the line, 4 of 4. St. John is in. Louis Allen will sit down. And then after that OCU-KCU game, a week later, back here at home, a live video broadcast against Boyce College out of Louisville, men only. And that'll be an 8 p.m. start, I believe, that night, 7:40. Yes, that's right. With the pregame show, Carius hits 2. Trailblazers 5 of 5 from the line. They get a good double team on St. John, who dribbles through it and then fires a 3, no good. Nick Baker flying high. The Hilliard product grabs the defensive board. Russell into the lane, tough shot, hung on the rim, caromed or kicked out, but he was fouled and will shoot 2. Going to charge the foul to number 10, Gunnar St. John. It's his first, team 5th. Tell you, when I talked to Kevin Hall and he told me how aggressive, or St. John, a big fella, they compared him to Big Country and called him a great rebounder, and also said they'd like him to be more aggressive and a little more selfish. He's too unselfish, was what they said. But after hearing all of that, I expected him to be banging and throwing guys around. If you remember Big Country, Bryant Reeves, back from the 1995 Final Four out in Seattle, when Tyus Edney won that national title with the O'Bannon brothers. But that's what I was envisioning, and Big Country to Johnson means a big fella out here firing 3s. So a little bit surprised as what Gunnar St. John has done early. And deflected here, maybe a kick, maybe the call. Clock will stay at 21, and the basketball will stay with the Royals out of Knoxville, Tennessee. One of, 3 teams in that Mideast region out of the state of Tennessee. Crown College, also out of Knoxville. Welch, formerly known as Free Will Baptist Bible, out of Nashville. And then, of course, you have Boyce down in Kentucky, KCU in Kentucky. 3 on the rim, no good. Offensive rebound, Thomas Davis. OCU up here in Ohio, obviously, and the ball goes out of bounds. No, they're going to say there was a touch, and it's going to actually stay with Johnson. So good job there by the referee, Courtney Green, providing some assistance to Anthony Slappy. But who's our other region teams? Appalachian Bible down in Bradley, West Virginia. I think that's it. I think we hit everybody. But 3 of them from the state of Tennessee. Seven of them in all. Mortland was going to join the region, and from what I heard from Ron Arnett, as a travel by Gunner St. John, there used to be 8. CCU left, and from what I've been told, Mortland was going to join and going to play this year at the D2 level, and now what I'm hearing is they've made a decision to go up to NCCA Division I, so they will not be at the Mid-East Region Tournament. Not now, not never, not ever. Right side, Carius. His 17-footer hit the rim, no good. Rebound, Johnson. They trail by 9, 22-13. This is Kevin Ransom, the freshman from Knoxville. To Thomas Davis, left side to St. John, the freshman. Top of the key, Michael Weiss, who just joined this team second semester, was on campus first semester, came out and played some open gym, and Kevin Hall approached him and said, I think you can help us, and will you join us second semester? Weiss agreed, and has no statistics yet. So just joined this team, as we said. This is his second game, I think, of the season. 22-15, 9:43 to play. Johnson did play in a tournament in Kansas, Oklahoma. It's called the Cookson Hills Tournament. Little jump hook by J.J. Smith, nicely done. They had some nice stats from that tournament. Unfortunately, nobody kept them. They had one guy shoot 10 of 15 on threes, but unfortunately there were no official stats, and so those games not a part of the stat report that they submit to the NCCAA. So here's Weiss firing a 3, and he missed everything out of bounds. They played well there too, talking about Johnson. Went up to this Cookson Hills tournament. They beat Lincoln 77-61. They played Ozark tough, who went all the way to the national semis last year. They lost 90-82 against Ozark on January 3rd. And another tournament team almost every year, Sean Condra in Manhattan, they played them tough, 65-61 against that team. Again, they're in the national tournament almost every year, 24-15. So they have played well. 2-3 against Division II schools right now. Smith to a fadeaway. Rainbow went in. So J.J. Smith showing the full arsenal. Little jump hook, and now the Larry Bird-like rainbow fadeaway. 26-15. The lead is 11. Make that McClendon to the top of the key, and Scotty Graham. Graham picks up his dribble, left wing. Now left baseline, it's 15, Kevin Ransom. Underneath to McClendon, little jump hook is right there. Can't teach the size of Jordan McClendon, 12.3 points and 4.7 rebounds. Good-looking young freshman. Carius is back in, guarded tightly by McClendon here. Goes right wing to Schrock, who's checked in as well. They join Baker, McCoy, and J.J. Smith. 18 on the clock, right side underneath to Carius. Carius backing his way down, and the ball went out of bounds off of one of the Royals. It'll stay with OCU. Sure looked like Chris Carius took a shot to the head, a blow to the head. Carius didn't say anything, but you could just tell by his reaction that he was kind of assaulted right there with no call. 26-17. Inbound to Baker, who gets it right back to the inbounder, senior McCoy. McCoy, 15-footer, no good. J.J. Smith active, his putback no, but he was fouled and will get 2. So it's the most active we've seen J.J. Smith since his big outburst when he had that, 20-point game early in the season. It's kind of been quiet of late. The foul on Scotty Graham is his second, and the team 6th. J.J. Smith bends the knees, and this one is too strong. Trailblazers now 6 of 8 for 75% at the line. Here comes Russell and Bartlett. Curious and Baker sit down. One more for J.J. Smith, true freshman out of Westland High School in Columbus. Tony Stockman calls him the top recruit on this team. Second free throw is no good as well. Had 14 points and 13 rebounds in a couple games earlier in the year. Did J.J. Smith. Top of the key at Scotty Graham. Tried to get it to McClendon underneath and threw it off of his hand and out of bounds. And it's 26-17. Russell, Bartlett, Sunday, Schrock, and J.J. Smith out there for Tony Stockman's OCU Trailblazers. Smith again on the run. Kissed it off the glass. The bucket is good, and he was fouled. Again, J.J. Smith, a big factor here early. He just picked up the second foul as well on Jordan McClendon. So bucket is good for Smith. He's got a half dozen. He was just at the line where he missed two. Try to score here, and this one no good as well. So 28-17, the lead remains. J.J. Smith with 6, McCoy with 6, Bartlett with 11 to lead the way. 28-17, 7:13 to play. Left side Davis, left baseline Finneran, on the rim no good. Russell the rebound. West looking to run. It's a 3-on-2 break. Russell to Matthias on a no-look pass. Nicely done in transition. They never stopped basketball, and they never saw Christian Matthias running the wing on that left side as Russell looked right and threw left. 30-17, lead is 13. 6:45 to play. This is Kevin Ransom, playing in the same high school as Whitney Moore. Into the lane, Finneran lost the basketball. Bartlett on an out, ahead of the pack, left-handed layup, he scores again. 13 for Evan Bartlett, and the lead now is 15. And this one beginning to get out of hand. You got to be thinking maybe a timeout if you're Kevin Hall, as this lead up to 15. Finneran off a screen, back to the screener Davis. Left baseline Louis Allen, who has not had very many touches, let alone attempts in this game. Foul is going to be charged to Russell. It's his first, team fourth, and it's going to be Tony Stockman that's going to call a timeout. It's a 30. We'll keep it right here. Friday Night Hoops are presented exclusively by Zwoyer and Associates Insurance Agency and the Westfield Insurance Group. They are the official insurance agency of OCU Athletics, specializing in insurance services for auto, home, commercial, and life since 1871. To learn more, call 740-474-6023 or visit ZwoyerInsurance.com. Today's game is also brought to you by Pizza Cottage, the official pizza of OCU Athletics. Stop by after the game and enjoy award-winning pizza, subs, salads, wings, and spaghetti. Pizza Cottage, 23401 State Route 23 in Circleville. Call 740-474-3620. Pizza Cottage is the official pizza of OCU Athletics. And now a little bit of a question on the OCU bench. Here comes Thomas Davis. I don't think St. John got to the table in time during that timeout to check in. And so Davis had to come off the bench. St. John back to the table, and he'll come in at the next stoppage. 6:05 to play in the half. Allen off a screen. Russell still right with him. Right side, it's Davis, now to the left wing, and 24, Sean Rankin, that is checked in with that cast on his left arm, and he turns it over on his first touch into the lane. J.J. Smith lost it off his foot, and it goes right back to the Royals. Gunnar St. John back in with 7. McClendon will sit down with 6. McClendon with 2 fouls, Scotty Graham with 2, the only players for either team plagued by foul trouble early. Kenny Cooper to the table. He'll check in at the next dead ball for OCU. Gunnar St. John out to 24, Rankin. Rankin to Trevor King. King right wing, hands it off for quick pass to Louis Allen. Kevin Hall upset with the offensive execution. He is worked up on that Johnson bench. They're not doing what he drew up at the last timeout. Allen into the lane, double pumped and put it up and in. Better described as a pump fake that got the defender off his feet, off balance a little bit. It wasn't a double pump, it was a nice fake that set up some space for Allen. He has his second field goal and 5 points. 32-19, the lead is 13 as we hit 5 minutes to play. Here in the opening half, Rick Cooper, JT Burcham, Mr. Scott West, Mr. Harrison Poole, Ricky Cooper, Jeremiah Sloniker, and the OCU Sports Network. Into the lane, Russell. That's a double pump. That one no good. Matthias just outworked everybody to grab the rebound. Here's Smith, straight away. Three is right there. Boy, good job by Evan Bartlett to get out of his hands quickly. He sensed that J.J. Smith was open out there and knew he had to get it out of his hands quickly to get that shot off, and he did. 35-19, the lead is 16. Right side, it's Gunnar St. John. Now left wing, it's Davis. Underneath to Louis Allen. Matthias and Evan Mills lingering to try to double, and just the threat of the double forced Louis Allen to get rid of it, and then after he got rid of it, he threw it into the front row and nearly cost a man his pizza in that front row. Keep your hands off my mama and keep your hands off my Pizza Cottage pizza. I think that's a commercial, wasn't it, Scott? Something like that. 35-19, 4:14 to play, but good job as the point by OCU. They never fully came over with the double team, but it was Mills and Russell, I think, that did just enough lingering, and it got Louis Allen a little bit uncomfortable. 4 minutes to play till halftime. Lead is 16, 35-19. Left side, it's Russell. Off a screen from Matthias. Little stop, little start. Russell dropped it off to Cooper, who could not finish. Matthias went to a left-handed jump hook and put it in. Nicely done. You saw everybody kind of level underneath the basket, and then all of a sudden Matthias raised up to a level that nobody else could match. Nice little left-handed jump hook. Second field goal of the game for him. 37-19, 3:30 to play till halftime. Right side, it's Sean Rankin. Pass to the baseline, and King back to Rankin, and what a foul underneath. Louis Allen telling his coach Kevin Hall, I think I need a breather. Going to charge the foul to Mills, his first, team fifth. Here comes McClendon. St. John will sit down with 3:19 to play. And Tony Stockman wants a timeout with 3:19 to play. It's a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it right here. Coming up at halftime, a look at the first half stats and a look at the Christian Healthcare Ministries injury report coming up at halftime as well. So we hope you'll tune in for that. Pizza Cottage is the official pizza of OCU Athletics. They've got party rooms available over there before or after the game or for any occasion. To learn more, call 740-474-3620. Pizza Cottage is the official pizza of OCU Athletics. And again, a special thanks to Rack's Roast Beef. They have that OCU Student and Staff Athletics Pass. Present it at the Circleville Racks. They'll give you a large, or deluxe, I should say, roast beef, ham, or turkey sandwich, a large fry and a large drink for only $4. I'd rather Racks, wouldn't you? Into McClendon off the inbound, and quick catch. Shot no, but he was fouled. And the foul again is on Evan Mills. It's his second, team six. That'll turn Tony Stockman gray in a hurry, watching McClendon simply catch it right where he wanted at that right block off the inbound. First free throw, pinballs around and kicks out on Jordan McClendon. Johnson 3 of 5, 60% at the line. Nick Baker back in, Kenny Cooper sits down. Neither player has scored to this point. McClendon working on a 6-point night. As we said, he and Louis Allen, the only two Royals in double digits. And again, kind of pinballs around the rim and doesn't stay down. 37-19, lead is 18. As we near 3 minutes to play first half. Rick Cooper, JT Burcham, Fairfield Media, and the Ohio Christian University Sports Network. Mills, his three no good. Matthias up high but couldn't bring it in. McClendon the defensive rebound. McClendon to Ransom, picked up by Evan Bartlett, now to the right wing. And Rankin, as we said, playing with that cast on his hand. Tough pass underneath, completed it perfectly, but McClendon could not finish. Rebound Matthias. 3-on-2 break. Bartlett looking to run. Here's Baker, 4-3 on the rim, no. Matthias active underneath. He grabs the board and put it in. It's the most active I've seen Christian Matthias all season long. 6 points, 3 field goals, but very, very active underneath that rim, fighting for every board. 39-19, 20-point advantage for OCU. 2:10 to play in the half. Rankin with it, right wing. Double team, trying to get it back to McClendon. Good help by Bartlett. Russell ahead of the pack. Russell to the rim for 2. Good help by Evan Bartlett. He was exactly where he should have been defensively, and it leads to 2 at the other end. Minute 48 to play. 41-19. Right side, Scotty Graham double teamed, and he loses the basketball. Taken away by Matthias. Bartlett looking to run. Fakes the 3 to the rim. Dropped it off to Russell. Over Rankin, 2 more. 6 for Russell. Kevin Hall wants a timeout, and he wants a 30 here with a minute 32 to play, and this thing is getting out of hand in a hurry. 43-19. OCU, as we said, won both of the meetings in 2012-13. They won 74-41 at Johnson in late January. They won 74-60 here in Circleville. I asked Kevin Hall about the discrepancy in those scores, and he attributes it to their defense. He said, Rick, in game number 1, we went to a matchup zone, which you would think would work pretty well against OCU, and he said they killed us, 74-41. He said Trey Vaughn was shooting them from everywhere, all over the floor. They lose by 33. They play man when they come up here about 3 weeks later, and it was a tight game. It was a 8 to 10 point game down the stretch. OCU ended up winning by 14. He said it was James Nelson that they had no answer for when they went man, but they have played primarily man tonight. I don't remember one time where I've seen zone, and it has not gone as well tonight. 24-point advantage for OCU. Allen still behind the timeline, just does beat the 10-second call. Underneath, nice strong move by McClendon. His 3rd field goal of the game. He's got 8 points, and it's 43-21. Russell into the lane, and it's slapped loose from behind by Graham, but Graham doesn't argue the foul call as he got some arm as well. Foul on Graham is his 3rd. Team 8th. And 2 free throws here for the 2013 National Tournament MVP, the 2013 Mideast Region Player of the Year, a 2013 First Team All-American, Wesley Russell. First one is up and in. I have the Trailblazers now 7 of 11 at the charity stripe unofficially. 7 for Russell. Free throw there makes it a 23-point advantage, 44-21 with 69 seconds to play here in the opening half. Bends the knees and he hits again. So Russell now with 8. 13, a game high, team high for Evan Bartlett, sophomore from Huber Heights. 45-21, kickball will keep it with the Royals. Bobby Braziel will bring it in. He does not play a whole lot. A worship music guy that Kevin Hall says is going to do some good stuff in the music industry. Russell to the other end. I think he thought he was going to try to jam it. Kind of lost his footing, but Mills was there and said, I'll take care of it. Went up with 2 hands and rammed it home. First points of the game for the junior Evan Mills. 47-21. 37 seconds to play till halftime. To the top of the key, it's Rankin. Now right forecourt, Rankin. Now right wing, it's Ransom. About an 11-second differential between shot clock and game clock. Allen against Russell. Good matchup here. 8 on the clock. He gets rid of it to Rankin. Back out to Ransom. 3 on the clock. setting up left baseline. Braziel, his three, front of the rim, no good. 8 seconds left. OCU can hold it for one if they want. Russell, stop and start. McClendon blocked his shot. 3, 2, 1. Baker to beat the buzzer. Russell's tip would count if it went in, but it's just off the mark. 20 minutes in the books here at the Maxwell Leadership Center on the campus of Ohio Christian University. OCU with a convincing 26-point lead here through 20 minutes. They lead 47-21 here at halftime. Coming up, the halftime show, we'll look at the first half numbers. We'll also give you a recap of the women's win earlier tonight as well, and we'll also take a look at tonight's Christian Healthcare Ministries injury report. All that is coming up. Halftime here at Ohio Christian University. The Trailblazers lead the Royals 47-21. You're watching OCU basketball here on the OCU Sports Network. Hey, Ricky, go get me a Mr. Pibb, will you?
Hands can do incredible things. Now they can even help save a life with hands-only CPR. If you see an adult suddenly collapse, just call 911, then push hard and fast in the center of the chest until help arrives. Learn more at handsonlycpr.org.
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today.
When it comes to choosing a school, parents who want the best education for their students look for academic excellence, skilled teachers, a safe school that encourages their values. Students want a school with competitive athletics, unique opportunities, and friendships that last a lifetime. Fairfield Christian Academy, the place where parents and students agree. Enrolling now at fairfieldchristianacademy.com.
It's not normal college. 11:59 or less. Okay.
Hey,
in
how's it going?
college, the real thing, what is it, under 16? Yeah, you threw me for a curve.
Sir, are you okay? What? It's probably nothing. I'm sure it'll go away.
Go away? But sir, that can't be good.
No, it's cool, really.
Do you want a napkin or something?
Everything's fine. Thanks.
You wouldn't ignore this, so why ignore the signs of a stroke? At the first warning signs, call 911 immediately, because time lost is brain lost.
Ohio Christian University offers accredited, career-focused undergraduate and graduate degree programs for busy adults. Classes are convenient, offered online or evenings and weekends at our 12 locations. OCU will prepare you for your next step and help you discover your higher purpose.
We invite you to attend Ohio Christian University.
Hey, JT, can I do a Christian Healthcare Ministries injury report?
American Idol asked us to sum up our life goals, and I said I wanted to be a loving father and a faithful husband and a servant of all. And I think the servant of all, that's the...
Thank you.
That's what we're called to be. And it's to give our life for God, to give our life for those around us, to give our life for the good fight. My name is Jason Castro, and I am single.
Nice. No.
Oops. Yeah, sure.
Let's go.
Moms everywhere are finding ways to keep kids active and healthy.
Works every time.
Get ideas, get involved, get going at letsmove.gov.
Hey guys, thanks for coming.
Are we in trouble?
No, you're not in trouble. I just want to set some ground rules.
Like what?
Well, remember last week when you hit Vinny in the head with the shovel?
I do not recall that.
Of course not. Well, it was pretty graphic. Too graphic for the kids. So I'm gonna have to block you.
You know, I gotta make this up to you. This is Vinny's watch, and I want you to have it. You deserve it.
Thank you. That's really not necessary.
No. Come here.
All right, give me a spot. You know my motto, safety first.
They could be dangerous. I think we should call animal control.
Animal control?
To be safe.
Don't worry.
Just...
I got this. It's a new motto.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection. They need you.
John 3:16. For God so loved the world, the whole world, everyone, anyone, that's a lot of people, that he gave his one and only Son. His only Son. That whoever believes in him will not perish, but have eternal life.
I owned a beer joint when some guy came in with a Bible and he wanted to introduce me to
halftime here in the Maxwell Leadership Center as they have some activities out on the court. It's what they call Pizza and Points Night tonight. They bring in youth groups from all over Central Ohio and come in and watch a college basketball game, get some free pizza, some free prizes, lots of activities tonight, and a couple young men having a free throw shooting contest right now that isn't going very well. We can't find ourselves a winner. Have to keep playing. It's like the third overtime right now between these two guys. Trailblazers lead by 26 here at halftime. It has been all OCU. The OCU shooting 50% from the field, 50% on threes, 5 of 10, holding Johnson to 44% field goal shooting and only 22% on threes. Trailblazers 8 of 12 at the charity stripe for 67%. Johnson 3 of 6 at the line for 50%. Battle the backboard's always important. OCU with a 16-12 advantage there, +4. They have forced Johnson into 13 turnovers. OCU not much better in that category, 12 turnovers. No, let me get that right. 1 turnover for OCU in that first half. They have a dozen assists already, which is a season high for a half. A dozen assists already. The lead assist man, Evan Bartlett with 4, Schrock with 3, Russell with 3. So a very unselfish first half for this OCU team. And Johnson with 13 turnovers and 4 assists in the first 20 minutes. Leading scorers for Johnson, it was Jordan McClendon, who had 8 points in that first half. He also had a team-high 5 rebounds. Leading scorer for OCU is Evan Bartlett, who got out of the gate in a hurry. Had 9 of OCU's first 11, finished with 13, had 4 assists, which is a team high, and had 2 steals as well. Other scoring numbers, J.J. Smith, 9 off the bench, Wesley Russell, 8 at the small forward tonight, 6 apiece for McCoy and Matthias, 2 for Evan Mills, and 3 for Chris Carius. In terms of foul trouble for OCU, Evan Mills is the only player in any kind of foul trouble with 2. For Johnson University, 8 points for McClendon, 7 for Gunnar St. John, 5 for Louis Allen, and Scotty Graham split a pair of free throws to finish with 1. Johnson 3 of 6 from the charity stripe for 50%. In terms of foul trouble for the Royals, Scotty Graham with 3 and Jordan McClendon with 2 in that first half. So let's take a look at tonight's Christian Healthcare Ministries injury report. It is brought to you exclusively by Christian Healthcare Ministries. They're an eligible option for individuals under the U.S. Affordable Care Act, commonly known as Obamacare. To learn more, visit chministries.org and click the eligible option link. That website again is chministries.org. And several guys on an injury report for both of these teams. Ricky Bowen Jr., first-team region last season for Johnson when he had quite a season, 12.5 points, team high 5 rebounds, team high 2.4 assists. He is done for the year, had wrist surgery on the 27th of December. They were hoping he might be able to give it a go this season, but had to officially shut him down. They hope to have him back at full strength in 2014-15. Also gone is Tyler Chapman, out for the year with an ACL tear. He will be back next season. And then Sean Rankin, number 24, who has played in this first half, has that cast on his left hand, recovering from a broken wrist. It is his 7th game back, but obviously cast limits his effectiveness. On the OCU side, Jimmy Horton Jr. out of Cleveland, out for the year with a torn ACL. Stanley Okoye, a freshman big man, out for the year with a torn ACL. And Lawrence Parsons, no timetable on his return, battling that stress fracture in his shin. So that is tonight's Christian Healthcare Ministries injury report. They are biblical, trustworthy, and affordable. Christian Healthcare Ministries participation often saves members at least 60% of the cost of regular health insurance. Join today and see how much you can save. Call 800-791-6225 or visit chministries.org. Halftime here in Circleville, Ohio. The Trailblazers, number 1 in the NCCAA Division II, looking to win for the 29th straight time against the NCCAA Division II. They lead right now by 26. We'll take another break. Second half action is coming up next here on the Ohio Christian University Sports Network.
All right, give me a spot. You know my motto, safety first.
Hey, Harrison.
They could be dangerous. I think we should call animal control.
Animal control. About the 30-second mark?
To be safe.
Don't worry.
3.5 minutes, maybe?
I got this.
It's a new motto.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection. They need you.
John 3:16. For God so loved the world, the whole world, everyone, anyone, that the lot of people,
that he gave his one and only Son.
His only Son, that whoever believes in him will not perish, but have eternal life.
My life is full of statistics. Thing is, I could have dropped out of school and become one myself, but I didn't, because I had people that believed in me. Here's another statistic. 7,000 students drop out every school day. That's 1 every 26 seconds. It's time that students know that we believe in them.
Inspire a student and share your message of support at boostup.org.
Hi, I'm Mike Miller, host of Lancaster Perspective. The crew and I would like to extend a formal invitation to you to catch us on Channel 9 Lancaster School Network.
Lancaster Perspective on LSN.
When it comes to choosing a school, parents who want the best education for their students look for academic excellence, skilled teachers, a safe school that encourages their values. Students want a school with competitive athletics, unique opportunities, and friendships that last a lifetime. Fairfield Christian Academy, the place where parents and students agree. Enrolling now at fairfieldchristianacademy.com.
Ohio Christian University offers accredited, career-focused undergraduate and graduate degree programs for busy adults. Classes are convenient, offered online or evenings and weekends at our 12 locations. OCU will prepare you for your next step and help you discover your higher purpose.
We invite you to attend Ohio Christian University.
Back here in the Maxwell Leadership Center, we're at halftime. Rick Cooper, Scott West, JT Burcham, our good friend Harrison Poole making us look good right now. Jeremiah Sloniker, Ricky Cooper, the OCU Sports Network, and a solid first half for the team wearing gray tonight. The Trailblazers lead by 26 as we get underway for the second half. 47-21 is our score. Good first half again for Evan Bartlett, who has been on fire of late. Has kind of picked up where he left off with that Kuiper game in this building last Friday night when he erupted for 38 points, 39 points. He has 13 here in the first half. J.J. Smith with 9, Wesley Russell with 8 to pace OCU. 47-21 as we get underway here in the second half. OCU moving right to left here in the second half. Schrock left side for 3, no good. Russell an offensive rebound and he put it in. Ten for Wes, 49-21. Making life miserable for Louis Allen. Russell to the other end of the rim. Bucket is good and he was fouled. And Russell hit hard, went to the ground and kind of hit the apparatus. The posts underneath the backboard of the rim, and we'll see if he's a little shaken up. The foul is going to be charged to Gunnar St. John. It's his second and the team first. The bucket is good for Russell. Give him a dozen. And he'll look for 13 with the free throw here. And Tony Stockman asking for an explanation from Randy Creamer about something. But free throw coming up here for Russell. Bends the knees and fires. This one too strong. And a good seal there by St. John to grab the defensive rebound. So the lead is 30 as we get underway a minute into this second half. Right baseline, it's Scotty Graham. Graham picks up his dribble, looking underneath for McClendon against Matthias. Went to the left hand. Matthias got a hand on it and took it out of bounds. It'll stay with Johnson. Here comes Trevor King, 5'10 freshman, played in that first half and did not score. Kevin Ransom, who started here in the second half, sits down already. The 6-foot freshman from Knoxville has yet to score tonight as well. Allen has been very quiet. He carried the basketball there, no call. St. John, a couple dribbles, try to get underneath, and Evan Bartlett in the right place, helping again. 4-on-2 break. Russell to the rim, scooped it up with the left hand. Matthias with the left hand, put it in. May I say it one more time? It's the most active we've seen Matthias all year, and there's a turnover as it goes out of bounds off Louis Allen. And Allen having a night that he would like to soon forget. He has had 5 points in this game. And as we said early in the first half, he's had trouble just catching the ball, let alone scoring. And now Johnson, I think first time we've seen this, dropping back into a 2-3 zone here to start the second half. Left side, Schrock. He loves seeing zone, does Danny Schrock. He'll shoot you right out of one. Right side, Mills. Thought about a 3, then fires a 3, no good. Matthias had it, lost it, and got it back. Fresh 35 for OCU. 18:08 to play in the game. 53-21, lead is 32. Mills picked up his dribble. Matthias near that left elbow, right back to Mills. Gonna fire again, and he hits. Mills with 5. Gotta be a good sign to see that young man get going. Love Evan Mills. Great rebounder. Just a good guy. Like to see him get going a little bit. Has had a tough week. 56-21 into the lane. Graham and Danny Schrock swinging a little bit. Schrock doesn't like the call, and it may have been all basketball, but the way he swung was a red flag, and it cost him a foul. Foul on Schrock, his first, team first. No free throws, so Graham will inbound underneath the Johnson basket. Does so to Allen on the left wing. Allen guarded tightly by Russell. Dropped it underneath to Graham, who lost it. Finally runs it down all the way on the baseline. Back to Allen. Good fake by Allen. Gets a good look there. Rebound OCU and Russell. 1-on-2. Russell takes it right at Allen. Takes it right to the rim, and it drops in. 14 for Wes, and there's a steal by Russell. 4-on-3 advantage. Russell. Schrock. 3 on the way. Bingo! Danny Schrock's first points of the game. And this is a 40-point lead, 61-21. Right side, Gunnar St. John. Now on the right wing, it's Louis Allen, guarded again by Russell. Has had a tough night, has Allen. Into the lane, Graham, a little bit out of control. Got it on the rim, no. McClendon got a hand on it. Schrock to Russell. Russell to the other end, 2 more. 16 for Wes, 8 of them already here in the first 3 minutes and 22 seconds. And it is 63-21, OCU by 42. Right side, it's 25, Trevor King. Back out to Scotty Graham. Graham, the freshman from Kingsport, listed at 6'5". Best screener, they say, on the team. He screens there for Allen. Around the horn, King. Right side, St. John. His 3 came up short. Matthias a rebound. Outlet to Russell. Going to bring it up the floor, not at full speed, but looking to see what they've got. They've got Bartlett, left wing, who hits again. Evan Bartlett with 16 points. We know what this young man can do distributing. We know what he can do defensively, as McClendon with a nice jump hook underneath. Give him 10. You start adding this jump shot consistently to Evan Bartlett, and this young man going to elevate his game to new heights. 66-23, going to be hard to stop. Allen again, a tough shot. St. John, an offensive rebound. Missed the putback. Graham fires it over to Allen. Back out to Trevor King. King to Graham. Tried to swing the basketball through and had it slap right out of his hands. Allen gets it into the lane. Blocked by Mills. It's going to be a frustrating scenario. Louis working hard to try to score on Russell. Gets the step there, and Evan Mills is waiting to block his shot. There's defenders everywhere. Matthias spun baseline, and it slapped out of his hands, taken away by McClendon. Collier and McCoy will come in at the next dead ball, and Kevin Hall wants a timeout with 15 minutes exactly to play in the game. He says, let's make it a full. We'll take it with him. 15 minutes to play. OCU 66, Johnson 23. You're watching Mid-East Region basketball here on the OCU Sports Network. We'll take a break. Back with more after this. We'll take a 30-second timeout. 66-23. This is the OCU Sports Network. Today's game is brought to you by our good friends at Rack's Roast Beef. Rack's located just south of Circleville on US 23. Be sure to try a delicious regular rack stacked high with thinly sliced tender roast beef. I'd rather Rack's, wouldn't you? Harrison, let's talk a little bit about Pizza Cottage, can we? They have the official pizza of OCU Athletics. Award-winning pizza, subs, salads, wings, and spaghetti. Pizza Cottage, the same great taste since 1972. Give them a call right now at 740-474-3620. Stick around after the game. We will have the Christian Healthcare Ministries post-game show. We'll check in with Tony Stockman. We'll put a headset on our player of the game and take a look at the final statistics. All that is coming up on the Christian Healthcare Ministries post-game show after the game. Trailblazers looking to win for the 29th straight time against NCCAA Division II teams. dating back to the 2012 national semis when they lost to Grace Bible. McClendon with his 12th point of the game. And J.J. Smith walks to the table. He'll come in next. Baker underneath to Collier. Collier top of the key at Schrock. Schrock to the baseline, and Gary Hoover, who's checked in. This is Ernie McCoy setting up Baker, firing a three, no good, and the rebound into the hands of number 15, Kevin Ransom. Graham right side, this is Ransom again. Ransom, skip pass out to Thomas Davis. Back to Ransom, shot clock at 17. Davis, the southpaw, fires and hits a long two. Foot on the line for Thomas Davis. His first field goal of the game, comes in averaging 6 points. And it's now 66-27, under 14 minutes to play in the game. Baker, nice pass underneath to Collier, back out to McCoy, firing a three. Rim, backboard rim, no good. Rebound, Scotty Graham. Graham left wing, Gunner St. John. Skip pass to Davis. Back out to St. John, left of center. Now left baseline, it's Graham. Lost the basketball. Fortunate he didn't carry it, but kept the hand on top. Doesn't matter how high you dribble the basketball, as long as you don't carry it. You can dribble it sky high. There's no rule on that. McCoy to the other end. Did he put it in? He did! How did he put that one in? The magician, Ernie McCoy. The bucket is good. The foul is on St. John. He'll look for three with one more. 8 points for Ernie McCoy on a spectacular shot. The foul on St. John is his third, the team's second. McCoy working on an 8-point night. He'll get a free throw here, which will be OCU's 14th. 68-27. 13-19 to play. McCoy puts it up and puts it in. McCoy with the bright yellow socks and with 9 points in the game. 69-27, 42-point lead. We near 13 minutes to play in this game. Looking underneath for St. John. Tried a little step through. Collier held his ground and McCoy took it away. And they're going to say he double dribbled after he took it away. And McCoy with a big smile. Guilty as charged, I think is what that smile says, Scott West. After he picked the pocket of Gunner St. John. Good D by Collier, though. St. John tried to get him out of position, and Joe would not take the bait on the little step through by St. John. Top of the key, it's Ransom. Now left side, 24 Rankin playing with that cast. Three by St. John. Barely grazed the rim, and the ball goes out of bounds off Louis Allen. Was the last guy to touch it. It'll go back to OCU. Here comes Kenny Cooper. Cooper into the game. Gary Hoover will sit down. Hoover didn't hurt him, didn't do much to help him, just kind of held the fort. And that's what Tony Stockman's looking for from the true freshman from Westland High School. Just solid minutes, play defense, and get rebounds. Hoover did a good job. 12:33 to play. 69-27. McCoy at the last minute dumps it off to Baker, who fires a three and he hits. Baker was just getting ready to start making his way to the basket because he thought McCoy was going to shoot it or continue to go to the rim, and at the last possible second, he dropped it off to Baker, who had to kind of move his feet back and fire a three. Here's another opportunity, and he hits again. 2 straight assists from Ernie McCoy, 2 straight threes for the freshman from Hilliard Darby, the 4th of 5 Baker boys. Older brothers Tim, Michael, and John. This is Nick, and there's one more. Where do you think he's going to go to school? 3 up top by Davis, no good. Allen's put back, no. Battle underneath, ends up in the hands of McCoy. McCoy looking to run. McCoy to the rim, lost the basketball, back to Johnson. Here comes Scotty Graham. Louis Allen will sit down. Graham back with 1. Allen sits down with 5, and a full timeout. It's an official's timeout with 11:38 to play in the game. We'll take a break with them, a 60-second timeout. OCU all over Johnson, 75-27. You're watching OCU basketball here on the Ohio Christian University Sports Network.
Ohio Christian University offers accredited, career-focused undergraduate and graduate degree programs for busy adults. Classes are convenient, offered online or evenings and weekends at our 12 locations. OCU will prepare you for your next step and help you discover your higher purpose.
We invite you to attend Ohio Christian University.
It is Friday Night Hoops. It is presented exclusively by Zwoyer and Associates Insurance Agency and the Westfield Insurance Group. Zwoyer and Associates Insurance Agency at 448 North Court Street in Circleville, proudly representing the Westfield Insurance Group. You can learn more at ZwoyerInsurance.com. That website is ZWAYER Insurance.com. They are the official insurance agency of OCU Athletics. Special thanks to Jeff Bishop and the rest of the team at Zwoyer and Associates Insurance Agency. 11:33 to play, 75-27. Trailblazers lead is 48. Underneath, quick catch and shot by Kevin Ransom. It's his first two. Johnson going to drop to 2 and 15. They will head down and take on Ron Reed, Caleb Ford, and the Knights tomorrow at 4 p.m. in the Dick Dameron Hall of Champions. They'll host Hiwassee on Tuesday, and then they will host your Trailblazers, and they'll host KCU next weekend on a Friday and Saturday in Knoxville. McCoy thought about a three, instead attacks and fires from 17. Too strong, and the rebound to Johnson. 10:48 to play in the game. Christian Healthcare Ministries postgame show coming up. We'll check in and talk to Tony Stockman, select our player of the game, and much more. And second quick field goal for the freshman from Knoxville, Tennessee. Hardin Valley High School, Whitney Moore, current Johnson University women's player, kind of pointed. Ransom to Johnson as McCoy hits again. He's got a dozen as he triples from that right baseline. 78-31, 47-point lead. With it is Rankin, the sophomore from Paris, Kentucky, near Lexington. Into the lane, Allen travels, no call. Right side, Ransom, little left-handed jump hook, came up short, and Collier outworks Rankin for the defensive rebound. Cooper to J.J. Smith, who went to the left hand and put it in. That's the third assist of this game for Kenny Cooper. 11 in the game for J.J. Smith. Got connected to OCU through Chris Carius and Jared Smith, whom he played AAU with. Foul is going to be charged here on Collier, and it's his first, team second. 80-31 is our score. 9:39 to play in the game. To the line is Scotty Graham at 6'5". Does most of his work on the perimeter. It's one of the things that Kevin Hall said about Scotty Graham. He said he's a better shooter than he is a finisher, and he said that's not necessarily a good thing. Collier and Baker will sit down. Looks like Evan Bartlett and Wesley Russell coming in. Probably their final 4 or 5 minute run here with a 49-point advantage. Second free throw is good for Scotty Graham, so he splits a pair. Did that earlier in the game as well. Johnson now 4 of 8 for 50%, and a foul here on Finneran. And Finneran, I don't know what his story is, starting point guard that started this game, played 8 or 10 minutes, and has been MIA the rest of the night. So not sure if coach isn't happy, not sure if he's under the weather or what, but has been gone out of this basketball game for a long time. Carius underneath at the right block. Back out to his high school teammate, J.J. Smith. 3 on the way, no good. Offensive rebound, Carius. His putback, no, and Graham the rebound. An outlet to Finneran. Finneran thought about running. Numbers not there. He'll bring it back out and reset. Allen gets a touch against Russell. Spins into the lane, put it up and in. Bartlett tried to come over, but Louis Allen fought right through the double team. 7 for Allen. Bartlett right side 3. Side of the rim, no good. Bartlett followed his shot, but he couldn't finish. Nice job by Evan. Carius an offensive rebound, a fresh 35 with 8:45 to play in the game. Russell, the step and right to the rim. Boy, that is way too easy. Kevin Hall with his hands in the air like, where is the help? Where is somebody wearing blue? Allen, straightaway 3 is right there. So Allen now in double digits with 10. It's the best look of the night that he's had as Russell gave him some space there. 8:17 to play in the game. 82-37. Lead is 45 for the defending national champs. Ranked number 1 again this week in the NCCA Division II. Earned that ranking about this time last season after they had beaten some of the elite. Grace Bible, Kuiper. Underneath, J.J. Smith dropped it in with the left hand, and they have not relinquished that number 1 ranking in a year. 84-37. 47-point lead for the home team on pizza and points night here at OCU, and a pass that was slow getting to Allen, taken away by Russell. Left side, Bartlett firing a 3, no good. Up high for the rebound is McClendon for Johnson. Third-year head coach Kevin Hall works part-time at Johnson, also works at Point Guard College, where he helps put on some camps. Shot up close by Allen is no good. For high school players, college players, handles a lot of the registration stuff with that, as J.J. Smith can't finish up close. Doesn't do a ton of that right now. He'll get hot and heavy with it after the season is over, as McClendon misses up close again, and a rebound to OCU. Just got a glimpse of Lawrence Parsons by one of the exits of this building, and I knew the young man dealing with a stress fracture in his shin. Never a good thing when you see the former Virginia Mr. Basketball on crutches. So he said no short-term solution, the prognosis is going to be he's out indefinitely for OCU, and a big blow underneath. Just another look at our Christian Healthcare Ministries injury report. J.J. Smith, left side 3 is right there. 16 for J.J. Smith. And the lead, my friends, is 50. 87-37. As we near 6 minutes to play, it has been all OCU. Davis to Finneran. Underneath to McClendon, created some space, and I'm not sure he knew it. And tried a skip pass out to the right wing, and Russell deflected it out of bounds. Yeah, McClendon made a little move under there. And sometimes it's hard when you catch it at the post, you make a move. Sometimes you can tell by the way the defense is hanging on you where they're at and whether you can get a shot off. Then there's other times you have no idea, and that was one of them there. He had created some space but didn't know it to shoot it. Underneath at St. John, top of the key, Davis. His 3 too strong. West the rebound. Mills and Russell on the run. 2-on-2 break. Now numbers everybody back. Bartlett, top of the key, 3. Front of the rim, no good. Carius a rebound, a fresh 35 with 5:35 to play in the game. Kind of a quiet crowd here tonight, wouldn't you say, Scott West? I know you're working hard over there, but you can give me a nod. It's been such a blowout that the fans have had trouble getting into this game, except for the promotions that have kind of gone on here. So, can't hear. Bucket is good by Carius. The foul is going to be charged to number 10, Gunnar St. John. It's his 4th, team 4th. JT Burcham, would you agree with that? He's not listening either down there. So it's me and my good friend Harrison Poole. First basket, or 5th point of the game for Chris Carius. Carius will look for 6 with 1 more. Davis sits down for Johnson. Carius tried to get 3 the old-fashioned way, a little bit too strong. And the rebound to Gunnar St. John. Right side, it's Ransom. Back out to Finneran, fading on a 3, and he hit. First points of the game for the freshman from Raleigh, North Carolina, that was quite a swimmer in high school. Going to play baseball as well. Believes baseball is his best sport. He'll pitch and play outfield for Johnson in the spring. Carius a jump hook, and I think they're going to get a loose ball foul on J.J. Smith trying to clean up the miss of his former high school teammate, and that is going to be the call. It's the first on Smith, only the third on the team. Hoover is back in. McCoy is in. Bartlett and J.J. Smith will sit down. 4:59 to play in the game. Of course, students not going anywhere. The pizza part of this promotion follows tonight's game, as we'll have pizzas galore. And so what that means, JT Burcham and Harrison Poole, it means we're going to try to have an abbreviated post-game show here so we can eat some pizza as well. 89-40, under 5 minutes to play in the game. Wesley Russell, Ernie McCoy, Chris Carius, Gary Hoover, and Evan Mills out there representing your Trailblazers. Nice crossover by Russell. No-look pass underneath to Carius, who caught it, kept it high, put it in, and Tony Stockman immediately calls a timeout with 4:31 to play, and it is a full timeout. We'll keep it right here. Let's talk a little bit about Zwoyer & Associate. Harrison Poole, if you've got a nice logo down there, be a great time to put one up. Friday Night Hoops presented exclusively by Zwoyer & Associates Insurance Agency and the Westfield Insurance Group. Zwoyer & Associates Insurance Agency has been specializing in insurance services for auto, home, commercial, and life since 1871. To learn more, call 740-474-6023 or visit ZwoyerInsurance.com. There they are. Insurance just got easier. Their website, you can see how it's spelled, ZWAYER Insurance.com. Our next broadcast is about 2.5 weeks from now. We'll trek down to Grayson, Kentucky on the 4th of February for an audio-only broadcast. The OCU and KCU women, a rematch from Tuesday night when the Trailblazers trailed by 16 at the half. They came back to win 93-90 in overtime. The rematch should be fantastic. 6 p.m., 5:40 with the HER Realtors Dan and Donna Daly pregame. And then the OCU and KCU men at 8 p.m. We'll have that one for you as well. Our next video broadcast, as St. John nearly got a three-point opportunity, was fouled by Carius. St. John with a nice pump fake that Carius took the bait on. It's his first, team fourth. 2 free throws here for St. John. It'll be number 9 and 10 at the line for the Royals. To finish that thought, a week later, February 11th, is when we'll have the privilege of working with this team from Fairfield Media again, as Boyce will come to town. Boyce doesn't have a women's program, so it'll be a men's only night, 8 p.m. The Trailblazers and the Bulldogs, 7:40 with the HER Realtors Dan and Donna Daly pregame show. Underneath, little turnaround from Carius is right there. 9 points for Chris Carius. With the injury to Parsons, going to be leaning more on Carius and Collier and Matthias underneath. Mills looking to run. Mills into the lane. And they're going to call a jump ball is what they're going to say. The lead referee, Courtney Green, says it was all basketball. Both players were tied up, and the possession arrow is going to give it to Johnson. Louis Allen back. Allen returns with 10. Rankin returns scoreless. Gunnar St. John sits down with 8. Sean Finneran sits with 3. Trailblazers go with Hoover, McCoy, Mills, Carius, and Jared Smith on the floor. Trevor King, Bobby Braziel, Rankin, Graham, and Allen, and they're going to get a hold on Gary Hoover as he tried to deny the basketball to Louis Allen. Fouling Hoover is his first, and it is the team 5th. Non-shooting foul. Louis Allen will bring it in underneath the Johnson University basket. We told you about Louis Allen, was here at OCU for a semester after playing 2 years at Nyack College up in New York. Came here the fall of last year, was in school and didn't play basketball, at least on the varsity level. Transferred to Johnson at the semester, played immediately with them as Allen put it up and in, and the bucket good, and he was fouled. May have been Ernie McCoy that was in there in the land of the Giants and got caught in a bad spot, and it was. Fallon McCoy, his first team 6. Louis Allen with a dozen. And one more coming up here. So Allen was here at OCU last year, playing JV, I guess was what it was. Went to Johnson at the semester, trying to get a little bit more PT. Little stop and start by McCoy. No. Mills caught it in midair and rammed it in. Went down there second semester, did Allen, averaged 15 a game, wasn't eligible for any region awards because you've got to play the entire season. And will play here now his final year of college basketball at Johnson University. Out of Southampton, England. Third team for him. Nyack, OCU, and now Johnson. Into the lane, Allen, no, and Mills committed a foul, and Allen will go to the line and get 2. It's the third on Evan. And Louis Allen will go to the line, and he'll get 2 free throws, working on a 12-point night. And don't want to be tough on Louis, but I got to call it like I see it. He is going to end up with a decent stat line, but did not do much of it when it counted tonight. Wesley Russell, surprisingly, checking back into this game with 2:55 to play, 95-44. But, yeah, Allen with 14 right now, but he had a tough night when this game was at least, I don't want to say in limbo. It hasn't been in limbo since about 2 or 3 minutes in. Top of the key, Hoover for 3, no good. Battle for the rebound, ends up in the hands of Johnson, and a foul by Gary Hoover, by Jared Smith, I should say, in front of the timeline. Foul on Smith is his first, team over the limit, and will walk to the other end and shoot the 1-and-1, but let's just leave it at OCU did a nice job on him tonight. He's going to finish with 14 or 16, and it's a little bit deceptive. How about that? Rebound OCU off the miss. Russell looking to run. Little stop and start by Jared Smith. Right baseline jumper on the rim, no good. Hoover an offensive rebound. Smith firing a 3, no good. Battle for the rebound, and a jump ball is going to be called. Possession arrow will keep it right here. Inbound to McCoy, left baseline 3, on the rim, no good. Smith an offensive rebound, dropped it off to Russell underneath, no good. Ball goes out of bounds off of Russell and goes back to Johnson. Number 52, Austin Caldwell, has checked in. Pride of Heritage Christian up in Canton, Ohio. Same high school that produced Matt Hackenberg. To the other end, Russell. Top of the key, McCoy. His 3, no good. Hackenberg, one of the all-time greats at rival KCU, as Gary Hoover put it up and in. That name means something to those of you that have followed Trailblazer athletics for a while. There's a steal by Jared Smith. His shot up close, no good. Russell the rebound. Russell double teamed, and a foul is going to be called on either King or Rankin. Either way, Russell, the guy that the foul was committed against, it's only 5 on the team, and it is going to be charged to Rankin. It's his first, so no free throws here with 1:26 to play. The only thing in limbo or in question right now is whether the Trailblazers will get to the century mark. Jumper up near right side of right of center by Smith, no good, and a jump ball is going to be called between a couple of the Royals and Austin Caldwell. I think, I'm going to give you a little guess here. I think this Austin Caldwell from Heritage Christian up in Canton, I think that's the same high school that produced Marilyn Manson. I'm going out, I think that's right. Maybe Glen Oak. I think he went to a Christian high school for a little while. Did the legendary Marilyn Manson. 97-45, a minute to play. Michael Weiss back in, as we said, the first semester player for Kevin Hall. Brazil underneath to Louis Allen over Russell. He traveled, no call. West the defensive rebound anyway. About a 13-second differential between shot clock and game clock. Russell across the timeline, no hurry here. Screen from Caldwell, back to the screener. Caldwell firing a three that missed everything. Rebound into the hands of Ernie McCoy, trying to get the Caldwell, the freshman, to get in the book. Shot no good. McCoy the rebound. Back out to Jared Smith, gonna fire a three, no good. Trailblazers maybe with one more attempt, and Wesley Russell says, no. We're not gonna try to win chalupas for everybody in the building tonight. Well, we'll see. Smith gonna go to the basket. He put it up, he put it in, and he was fouled. With 6.9 left, I thought Russell was gonna dribble it out, and I don't know if Jared Smith looked over and said, get me the ball, but that's what happened. They got it to Jared Smith. I'd already filled it in as a final score. Thought for sure they were going to dribble it out. Brazil fouled him with 6.9 left, and OCU going to get their opportunity to hit the century mark, and Jared Smith does that with 3 points in the game. He hits a big one, and chalupas for everybody in the building. Oh, that's at a Cavs game. Sorry about that. Final score, the Trailblazers do hit 100. They beat Johnson tonight by 55 on Pizza and Points night here at Ohio Christian University. Coming up, the Christian Healthcare Ministries postgame show. We'll take a look at the final stats. We'll put a headset on Tony Stockman. We'll select tonight's OCU player of the game. All that is coming up on the OCU postgame show, the Christian Healthcare Ministries postgame show. Trailblazers improved to 11-9. They win 100-45. We'll take a timeout. Back with more after this here on the Ohio Christian University Sports Network.
When it comes to choosing a school, parents who want the best education for their students look for academic excellence, skilled teachers, a safe school that encourages their values. Students want a school with competitive athletics, unique opportunities, and friendships that last a lifetime. Fairfield Christian Academy, the place where parents and students agree. Enrolling now at fairfieldchristianacademy.com.
My life is full of statistics. Thing is, I could have dropped out of school and become one myself, but I didn't, because I had people that believed in me. Here's another statistic. 7,000 students drop out every school day. That's one every 26 seconds. It's time that students know that we believe in them.
Inspire a student and share your message of support at boostup.org.
Hi, I'm Mike Miller, host of Lancaster Perspective. The crew and I would like to extend a formal invitation to you to catch us on Channel 9 Lancaster School Network.
Lancaster Perspective on LSN.
Back here on the Christian Healthcare Ministries postgame show, it is a final. The Trailblazers a winner 100-45, and this postgame show brought to you exclusively by Christian Healthcare Ministries, serving Christians for 33 years. Is that too loud?
Can't hear anything.
Okay.
I can't hear.
I can't hear anything at all. How about that?
There we go.
There we go. The original health cost sharing ministry serving thousands of Christians nationwide and hundreds of missionaries in other countries. You can learn more about Christian Healthcare Ministries right now while you're watching online at chministries.org. And the other one the other night, Coach, Casey, you hung around a little bit. There was no hanging around tonight. The better team kind of sent a message right from the beginning and slammed the door and gave nobody any hope. Your thoughts on getting out of the gate, leading 47-21, and then pulling this one out by 55?
Yeah, we just talked about
how let me adjust this if that's all right. There we go.
Yeah, we just talked about, don't play against the opponent. We got to compete for ourselves, and there's things that we need to get better at. We need to be able to stop people in our regular defense and get stops and run out. And the guys focused in and did it. Like I said, it's a good thing that we have a lot of players because it put pressure on the people that's in the game to do the right thing because we'll just sub them out.
Louis Allen, the guy that really makes his team go, 22.5 per game. He'll finish with 14. What the stat line won't tell us how difficult Wesley made it really when this game was in limbo in the first 30 minutes.
Yeah, Wes did a great job on them. They're friends, so it's a friendly competition, but I know Wes takes pride in his defense, and that leads our team. And when he does that, everybody else steps up as well.
And what a luxury that is. You talk about that with Evan Bartlett a lot, too, that these guys, it's not just let's go out and outscore somebody. They want to get after it defensively, and as you say, kind of sets the tone. Hopefully it's going to transcend into everybody else on the team.
Yeah, it's great. Those are our two leaders, and like I say, they do a great job of leading by example. And like I say, it fuels our whole team. And when they put the focus on defense and being in the right spot, not making mistakes, everybody else follows suit.
I want to ask you about two guys. Let's start with Evan Bartlett, who had quite a game a week ago in this building against Kuiper. What have you seen in practice? He just seems to be shooting the basketball better is what we see game time. What's he doing differently in practice that has allowed him to elevate his game offensively?
Well, I guess it's in practice and out of practice. He's just focusing in. He's getting time in the gym. He's getting time in the gym to get his shot up, work on his game, and obviously it's showing.
What does that do to a guy like him that we know gets after it defensively? He's a great distributor of the rock, and now he's proven he can hit it from outside. How does that change how you handle Evan Bartlett if you're the opposition?
Yeah, it makes it tough. He did a great job last year of controlling our team, but I thought that he needed to get better at scoring. That when he had the opportunity to get the ball back, that he needed to be able to make shots. He took the challenge on and got much better this summer, and he continues to work on his game. And it makes it tough because he'll come down and get the ball up. He's very unselfish. When the ball gets back to him, if he has an open shot, a lot of attention on Wes, then he knocks it down. Another
guy that stepped up today, J.J. Smith, with 16, and not just because he scored 16. He was just more active tonight than we've seen him. Kind of went through had that real good start to the season and then kind of was MIA for a while. What's he doing differently right now?
Yeah, just focuses in. Simple as that. He's just coming in with better focus. He starts in practice, and he's definitely been practicing a lot better. But in the game, just energy, that's what he does. He just gets the ball. He's a ball hawk. The ball finds his hands, and he has great touch around the basket.
Christian Matthias tonight, Coach, 8 points, 8 rebounds, 6 of them offensive, 3 steals, 4 of 5 from the field, and it's a pretty good stat line for a guy that's been filling the 5. How pleased are you with how he continues to develop?
Yeah, and I know he can do that. I keep getting on him. I think sometimes he comes in and just, doesn't give us his all. But when he focuses in and plays hard, man, he's tough to stop.
Today he was all over. There were just points. You'd see everybody jumping, and then all of a sudden you'd see one more guy about 6 inches ahead of everybody. You got a couple of glimpses of his athleticism.
Yeah, he has great ability. Great touch around the basket, great feel for basketball. We just hope he continues to get better and continues to work hard. He's going to be great.
How do you find OCU from Nigeria? Any story there? Do you know?
Jamie Batten. That's the story right there.
Jamie finds everybody, including you.
Yeah,
so you got a job because of him. So, pleased tonight. Big difference between this and Tuesday night. Are you?
Yeah, I am. It's hard sometimes. Like you say, you come in, your opponent. Maybe it is. With the big wins and all that stuff, but we can focus on what we need to do to get better and what we need to do to focus in the game. And we did that. I thought we did a great job. I had a couple little possessions where I thought we slacked off, but as soon as I got on, they picked it right back up. And that gives us a chance because we're always not going to be able to score. We can't play the team. We can't play the score. We got to just play basketball. So.
Are you surprised they're 2-15? You look at some of their players and you think, maybe they shouldn't beat us. Maybe we should beat them by 20 or 30, but I'm surprised they haven't won more to this point.
I watched the film and I saw a game. And I think they were down 23-2, but I'm like, they are better than last year. And you just feel like you know, the ball's just not going in or other teams just scoring too easy. I don't know I couldn't figure out what the problem was. And I was a little worried about today. I said, if we don't defend and be fundamentally sound in our defense, they got good actions. They'll backdoor you. They set good screens. They run good stuff. I'm a little surprised as well.
The guy that seems to be hurting them that's missing right now is that Ricky Bowen, that when you don't have a ton of depth and you lose a first-team Mid-East region guy, 12.5 a game. I don't think we've seen anybody with his athleticism on the wing.
Man, I don't know if you remember here last year. He played well.
Yeah,
he played well. And he's a tough player, and that really hurts them. That's one of their main players.
So you get about a week off now, and then you're back at Johnson again. It's kind of unusual, but what do you do this next week? How much R&R do you give the guys? How hard do you go?
Yeah, we give them a little bit of time. We got to get some weightlifting in. We definitely want to do that. We get some shooting in. And then we got to continue to get better on our stuff. I still don't think we're doing a great job executing our plays. I think we're great in transition. I think we do a great job of spreading the floor and getting to the gaps. And we do a great job sharing the ball. But we got to execute our plays better and continue to work on defense. We got to limit those mistakes for when we play better opponents.
And two that you've already seen next weekend, Johnson, and then you go to Crown, two teams you've blown out in the last week, but two teams that are a lot more difficult to handle on their home floor than maybe they are on the road.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, both of them, but Crown is really good at home, well coached, play hard, and if you let them get going, man, they'll stay in the game.
What's the story on Mortland? Do you know anything on them? They were supposed to join our region, and now what I'm hearing is they're going to go right to NCCA 1 and not going to participate, but I noticed they're on our schedule in about 2 weeks.
Yeah, from what I heard is they're pretty good. They're pretty good, athletic, play hard, but that's all. I just got some words from somebody. I haven't got to get film on them yet.
But are they playing? They're not going to play in our region this year.
No, they're not going to play
initially thought.
Yeah, they said they're NCCA Division 1, so they must be giving up scholarships, I'm guessing, is what happened. They didn't think so at first, and then they did.
Okay. And my last question, we haven't asked you this all year, so we're only going to do this one. What's going on in Columbus? 3 in a row now for the Buckeyes. You got any eligibility left? To get you,
I go out there and knock some shots down. I don't know about play defense like Nada wants it, though. But, no, I think those guys will be fine. Like I said, it's just knocking out the outside shots. But what they do is defend. They're always going to give themselves a chance in March.
Seems like they're having trouble with some of these long, lanky, big guys. You've got Amir and some of these big, stocky, the McDonald kid that it's hard when they can get out on the perimeter and move as well.
Yeah,
so,
definitely. I mean, they play some good teams, too.
Sure.
Minnesota's great at home. Iowa's a really good team this year, and I was at Michigan State. So, I mean, the Big Ten is tough. Indiana beat Wisconsin the other day. It's a tough conference. They'll be good in March.
Yeah, they sure will. Coach, appreciate your time tonight. We won't see you for a couple weeks. We'll head to Grayson with you in about 2.5 weeks, and that one will be interesting as well. So, but congrats, 29 in a row against Division II schools dating back to, almost 2 years ago. So keep up the good work. We'll see you in Grayson.
Thank you.
It's Tony Stockman, the head coach of the Trailblazers here on the Christian Healthcare Ministries postgame show. Again, Christian Healthcare Ministries is a Better Business Bureau A+ accredited charity. To learn more, visit the Better Business Bureau website and search for Christian Healthcare Ministries, or you can call them direct at 800-791-6225. Evan Bartlett, pick that headset up, and let's talk a little bit of hoops. I'll make sure that thing's close to your mouth. But another big day for you, a big day for this team after maybe what Coach Stockman would call a so-so performance Tuesday night. What did you feel that you guys did differently tonight than maybe you did against KCU?
I think we picked up a little bit more on defense. Like he was always talking about being in the gaps and stuff like that. And today I had a talk with Wes, and I was telling him we need to really pick it up on defense, and he was like, yeah. And I don't know what the steals were, but I feel like we did real good with the steals. And I know
they have you. I'm going to interrupt you. They have you down for 17 steals in this game.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah, they turned it over 24 times too. So defense got after it a little bit. There were so many times, Evan. There were 5 or 6 times tonight I called your name helping out in the right place at the right time, where you were just cheating over, but you were in the right spot. Where did you learn to play help defense like that? How much pride do you take in not only being a good on-the-ball defender, but being a guy that's going to be there to help his teammates defensively?
Well, back in high school, because I'm a littler-sized guy, so I know I got to really focus in on defense. And tonight, I really wanted to try to see what I could do and help out my team. And I know Stockman's always talking about being the gap, be 2 steps ahead of the other team. And I know if I'm looking at their eyes, I can determine where I'm going to go next.
Well, it works. It's fun watching you get after it, and I know what Tony's hoping is what you do, what Wes does defensively. Some of it's going to start rubbing off on maybe some guys that aren't as passionate defensively. Is that something you see happening, that you're kind of setting the tone for this team on the defensive end?
Yeah, I starting to get a little bit more fun to be on defense because I like getting steals and then you get to run on the break. But like you said, defense, what Stockton was talking about, we get stops and we can go.
Thoughts on what you've seen so far from the Mideast region? You saw KCU the other night. They got some nice pieces. You've kind of run through everybody else without much resistance, but your thoughts on just let me just ask you the whole NCCA too. Kuiper, KCU, what would have been your thoughts so far on what could be some of the teams you see in this building in the month of March?
Well, I think the teams have gotten a lot better than last year. They got some new pieces, like you said, KCU. Number 14, I don't know what his name was, but he came in and brought some points for them.
Right.
And tonight I seen that Johnson had a few more bigs, and when you have bigs, you can never go wrong.
Right. Northland came in earlier in the year. We saw them out in Missouri. They got some nice pieces, too, that could end up being out there. Evan, last question for you. I look at the stat line today, and one of the things that jumps out at me, they have 10 assists, which is a nice night. 25 assists for this basketball team. It seems like extra passes are being made. Maybe guys aren't caring about, hey, getting theirs right now. It's kind of like what's best for the team, and that says to me this is an unselfish basketball team. Do you agree with that?
Yes, I do agree with that. We're always looking to help each other out, and it's fun. You see with people like Jared Smith or Gary Hoover get in the game and they have a shot attempt, we're all on the bench standing up because we want to see them do good as well.
Sure. What's it like playing with a guy named Wesley Russell? 19 points, 13 rebounds, 9 assists, and 7 steals. That's almost a quadruple double.
Yeah, it's fun with Wes. Wes is always looking for me, and I know I just give it to him and I find a gap and he'll find me. If not, he'll get the make the right decision.
It was fun at the end. It was like usually you're the guy distributing. At the end tonight, last 5-6 minutes, how many times he was in the middle setting you up on the wings, and you guys can do it all. It was fun to watch tonight. Super fun last Friday night watching you against Kuiper. Keep up the good work, and we'll see you in about 2 weeks down at KCU.
Thank you.
Thanks. That's Evan Bartlett, our player of the game tonight. Another solid Evan Bartlett-like performance. 16 points for the sophomore from Huber Heights, Ohio, here on the Christian Healthcare Ministries postgame show. If you're looking to add joy by adding to your family, Christian Healthcare Ministries offers a generous maternity program for members on their gold level. You can learn more by visiting chministries.org. That website again is chministries.org. Final numbers that may matter in this game. Johnson 39% from the field, 27% on threes. They finished 4 of 15. They finished 7 of 14 at the charity stripe for 50%. OCU 47% on 2s and 3s combined. 39 of 83. They finished 36% behind the arc, 12 of 23, and they finished 63% at the line, 10 of 16. The battle of the backboards, OCU dominates the backboards 48-25, plus 23 there. As we said, some of the other statistical categories just massive in OCU's favor tonight. They have 25 assists. Johnson with only 10 assists. They turn over the Royals 24 times. And another big stat, OCU with only 6 turnovers in 40 minutes, which is absolutely fantastic tonight. Leading rebounder for OCU is Wesley Russell to go along with his team high in game high 19 points. 19 points, 13 rebounds. He also has a game high 9 assists, and we said nearly a quadruple double as he had 7 steals as well. So 19, 9, 13, 7. I said that wrong, but 19, 13, 9, and 7. Quite a day for the junior All-American Wesley Russell. For Johnson, their leading scorer tonight, Louis Allen with 14, 5 of 10 from the field. He didn't shoot the basketball bad, but the one thing we said about Louis Allen tonight was he had trouble getting open, had trouble finding shots, and he only had 10 shots tonight for a guy that averages 22.5 points. That's just not enough shots, and give credit to Wesley Russell in the OCU defense. He leads the way with 14. Leading rebounder in this game was Jordan McClendon with 7 rebounds, and the leading assist man was number 2, Sean Finneran, that dished out 4 assists as the Johnson point guard. So those are some of the numbers that matter in this game. Johnson with the loss drops to 2-15. They are 0-1 in Mideast Region play. OCU with the win improves to 11-9. They get their 29th win in a row against D2 schools, and they improve to 4-0 in Mideast Region play. Johnson heads to KCU tomorrow, 4 p.m. tip time there. They come home Tuesday to play Hiwassee before hosting OCU next Friday night at 8 p.m. OCU off until next Friday when they head to Tennessee. They'll play Johnson at 8 p.m. next Friday night, and then Crown next Saturday at 2. Both of those teams they have annihilated in the first 2 meetings, the first meetings between each of those 2 schools. So again, the rematch of this game just a week away. We will talk to you in about 2.5 weeks when we travel down State Route 23 to Grayson, Kentucky, when the OCU and the KCU men and women get underway on Tuesday, February the 4th, 6 p.m. for the women, 8 p.m. for the men. Airtime with the pregame show is 5:40. That's an audio-only broadcast, so make sure you use the Listen Live audio links that are on the OCU website. Our next video broadcast is Tuesday, February 11th, when Mideast rival Boyce College, the Bulldogs out of Louisville, Kentucky, are in this building. That game, a men's-only broadcast, 8 p.m., 7:40 with the HER Realtors, Dan and Donna Daly pregame show. So that kind of puts a wrap on the Christian Healthcare Ministries postgame show. Again, serving Christians for 33 years. They are the original health cost-sharing ministry, serving thousands of Christians nationwide and hundreds of missionaries in other countries. You can learn more by visiting chministries.org. Special thanks tonight to Matt Futch for talking hoops with us. Thanks also to Tony Stockman and Evan Bartlett talking to us pregame. Bartlett talking to us postgame as tonight's player of the game. Want to say thanks to our on-site crew tonight. Harrison Poole working late, making us look good and sound good. Scott West on camera, Ricky Cooper on camera, Jeremiah Sloniker on camera, and JT Burcham, a jack of all trades, getting us on the air and doing everything he does. We appreciate the team from Fairfield Media as well. Thanks to Ben Belleman, the AD at OCU, for the opportunity to bring you these games. On the Johnson side, we say thanks to Kevin Hall, the men's coach, and also Doug Carnes, the longtime men's coach, 27 years in his 3rd season with the women. Spent time with us, helping us prepare this week as well. So thank you, Kevin Hall. Thank you, Doug Carnes. Thanks most of all goes to you for watching. Final scores tonight: the OCU women, a winner in a thriller, leading by 19 at the half. They hold on to beat Johnson 69-66, and the OCU men, in dominating fashion, hammer the Royals 100-45. We'll talk to you in 2.5 weeks from Grayson, Kentucky. Until then, for JT Burcham, Harrison Poole, Scott West, Ricky Cooper, Jeremiah Sloniker, and our entire broadcast team, it's Rick Cooper saying so long from the Leadership Center here on the campus of OCU. Have a good night, everybody.
When it comes to choosing a school, parents who want the best education for their students look for academic excellence, skilled teachers, a safe school that encourages their values. Students want a school with competitive athletics, unique opportunities, and friendships that last a lifetime. Fairfield Christian Academy, the place where parents and students agree. Enrolling now at fairfieldchristianacademy.com.